All right, Jay Laraque, Obsolete Gamer. We got a brand new segment here. We call it Reviewing a Quickie. Wait, no. That's not. My mind isn't working here because I got Liz Poisonkiss here, and we call it Quickie Review. That's what it's called. And actually, we're gonna have a brand new show starring Liz Poisonkiss coming out. It's called God Mode with Liz Poisonkiss. But she's gonna actually be helping us with this review today because I got to watch her play Until Dawn. I don't actually have any of the modern consoles because I am a PC Master Race guy. So for those of you guys fighting over which is better, that's fine. You guys can fight over that. We all know the PC right here is better, so that's fine. But she's out there playing that. I mean, she's a PC gamer too, but she was out there playing Until Dawn, and I went out there and I watched it, and I was like, man, that game actually looks awesome. So I was like, okay. I was watching the game, looked pretty cool. I didn't get to see every single instance of the game because of school, but it was awesome. So I was like, all right, I got to have her come on the show, talk about this game. And for those of you that don't know what Until Dawn is, here, check out this trailer.
Josh, no hot water's kinda major oversight, don't you think?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you just gotta fire up the boiler. It's in the basement.
What was that? Wait, okay, so you hear that, right? Don't move.
What?
Something behind you.
What the hell have you done to them?
All right, so you're up to speed at least a little bit about it. So, Liz, tell us a little bit about this game.
Okay, so this game is extraordinary. It is a wonderful experience in and of itself. So let me go ahead and give you an introduction. Imagine you're in high school and all your friends get together and we decide we're going to go to a creepy cabin in the woods where last year there was something horrible that happened.
Sounds like a 90s movie.
That's exactly what you're in. And it is a wonderful experience. It is a nostalgia for those of us who are a little long in the tooth. And it's also a wonderful new experience. It's like living in a movie. And you get to control the story. You get to control the actions.
Yeah, it was kind of weird because I was watching it and I kept thinking to myself, I was like, man, it reminds me of those old movies where like all these white people, I mean, look, I ain't trying to play the race car, but let's face it, man. They go into this place and the dialogue, look, it's funny too, because for those of you that like Mr. Robot, the guy from Mr. Robot is playing one of the characters, and you can even tell, like when I walked in, I saw the character, I was like, that guy, it has to be from Mr. Robot, and then I checked it up, and I'm like, oh man, that's him.
That's more like it. All right. 5, girl.
But these guys are going to like this resort, and of course, like one of the people there owns the resort, and I'm like, okay. These 2 people like died at this resort, and they're like, "Hey, let's go back for the anniversary of these people that died."
That's a great idea.
That's just what you do, right? That's what you do. So, but you got to play the game back when they first died, right?
Absolutely. You get to live this experience, and you really do become connected with your characters. You get to learn their stats are their human traits, their bravery, their ability to have compassion. All of this is part of your game, and you play the game strategically to see how many characters you can have survive the night.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool because when you pause the game, you see like a close-up profile of them. It's kind of like a baseball card, like you flip it around. So like it'll show like bravery, and it changes too, So like for people who play like Dungeons and Dragons or something like that, and you have their attributes like courage and stuff like that, and it moves back and forth. And also shows people that they like. So it has a person's name. So it'll move. So like if you do something, like if you get into a fight, because it's funny, like I said, it's like watching like a CW episode. You know, I almost expect to hear like, I don't want to wait. And it's like, oh, you didn't protect me when Molly said that my breasts were too small. And then you turn to their profile and it says Molly and it goes down in the relationship rating.
What do you think?
Jesus!
You guys.
Michael!
You really should have seen your faces right there.
Dude, I almost clocked you just now.
Nice one.
Michael, you're a jerk.
Come on. Guys, we're all friends here, right? No need for violence, just a little harmless fun. We're up in the woods, it's spooky. Come on, let's get into the spirit of things.
The spirit of things? Seriously, what's wrong with you?
I'm just trying to lighten the mood, Em. Don't be like that.
Like what?
The way you're being, you always get like this.
Michael, I'm just gonna lay it out. Otherwise, this whole weekend's gonna suck ass for everyone. This is super awkward, and we all know it. Let's just acknowledge it now and move on, okay?
Matt.
I hear you, man. I get it. I don't want to make this weird.
Cool. So we're good?
All good?
You guys gonna make out now?
Oh my god, totally. We're so gonna make out. No, seriously, I'm gonna go check on the cable car back down the trip.
See you, man.
See ya.
And it's like, what the hell? But the funniest thing is that the way the emotions look, because you get like this close-up look on their face, and they're like, it looks like there's something wrong with them because they're like looking like this, and it's like to show off how good. I mean, the graphics are good. I'm not shitting on the game.
Gorgeous.
But like, didn't you say like it also looked kind of funny, the close-up, because it has to show off the animation of the facial movements?
Absolutely. So what they were trying to capture is what's called micro expressions. Basically, when you make little twitches in your face that give away your emotion, and that is a very advanced thing. And you know, in being able to render that's never been a thing. You just had to use your imagination to imagine what the character's face would look like when they discovered, you know, their brother is actually their mortal enemy. You know, so in this you actually have to pay attention to their emotions. But the problem is, because we haven't gotten animation to such a high degree of art yet, because, you know, limits of technology, we still get sort of the uncanny valley where all the textures look really great, but the movements look really off. So there's something in psychology we call tardive dyskinesia, and that's when you use a lot of drugs and your face starts twitching. That is what the characters sometimes look like. And it's kind of a funny thing, but you're supposed to be taking it very seriously, which is one of the fun sort of throwaway things about the game that I really enjoyed, was watching people's facial expressions. As, for example, you may or may not get a couple fingers chopped off. That's your decision. And if you do, interesting, shock, horror. You get to watch that and, you know, show it to your friends.
Yeah, and the thing about the game is, like, you know, I'm making jokes, but the game is actually well played. And what's interesting is, like, if you play a game like Heavy Rain, it has some aspects like that, but it's different. So obviously it has like the young person in mind. I'm not trying to make myself sound old, but it does have like that teenage vibe. So it has that storyline. And it's not like the action running down. So if you are a Resident Evil player, no, you're not controlling your character running around all the time. It's more like that mix between you're playing a movie, but then you do have some control aspects. But even so, you're walking around and it's like, oh, you need to go turn on this light, or you need to find a generator, or you need to get to the cabin. And there's some aspects where it's like, hey, go hang out at the guest cabin, and you're like, oh, this guest cabin must be around the corner, right? No. This is like back in the day where it's like you need to go chill in the slave quarters. That thing's way on the back of the plantation, so get ready for quite a hike.
Pretty good, right?
Yeah, totally. No, this is awesome.
Oh, yeah. I bring the hit. You psyched yet? You don't look psyched yet.
I am so psyched right now.
It's like a little adventure, a sexcapade.
Wow. Hannah and Beth.
I think they'd clean it up.
Well, they never closed the investigation.
Okay, I'm getting the creeps now.
Well, wherever they are, I'm sure they're happy we're all thinking about them.
That's a nice way of thinking about it.
You're going to be walking for quite a while.
You know, what this game really reminds me of is those Choose Your Adventure books.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember that? You see, if you go into the creepy room, go to page 37.
Right.
If you stay outside, go to page 93.
Yeah,
and I'm
seriously.
like, this is exactly what it feels like, because you do want to play this game over and over and over. Because every choice you make has what's called the butterfly effect, which is really what they push in this game. The butterfly effect. You do one thing early on, and maybe later it'll have a drastic consequence. And things do happen that way. And you do have a nice guide of when the butterfly effect moments are that give you a real sense of what story you've gotten yourself into and what could have been your alternatives. So it has really high replay value because of that. And who doesn't love a game that you can also have your friends play and see what kind of choices they make?
Yeah, it's really cool because it's not just a matter of did you just turn left or right. For people who play like Mass Effect and stuff like that, especially like at the end where people are like, oh, so all these choices that I made really didn't mean shit. In this game, there's a lot of things that you do, not only in your dialogue choices, but in what you're doing in the game that really do end up mattering. So you can end up killing a bunch of people or getting a lot of people in. Now, as I said, I didn't get to see all the choices, but I'm sure some of you are probably going to go to YouTube and see all the different endings, but if you pick this game up, and you should, because it's one of those sleeper hits, I read a little online that they didn't do as much marketing as they should have, and that if they did, it probably would have done a lot better. But in the end, a lot of people really did like it, so it's doing really well now. So it's one of those games where you pick up totems and you can kind of like see a glimpse of the future, and there's different lines like fortune, death, things like that that tell you about the future. And you know, it's kind of funny because there's like one black character in there too. So that's also like one of those things about horror films where there's always that one black character. And of course, he happens to be hooked up with like the bitch of the group, which there's always one of those too. You know, she's the one that you just want to stab. And, you know, that seems to be the one that's like bulletproof. Like she has a shield around her that's like, kill her, kill her. And it's like the bullets fly past her and she's like matrix mirroring and shit like that. But like overall, I mean, did you like the storyline? I mean, yeah. Of course, if you really want to nitpick, you can tear it apart. Especially if you watch all these like great horror or mystery or stuff, thrillers that are out there. But for a video game, you would say it was a good story, right?
You know, I have to say I really enjoyed it because it was a different experience. You know, I am a traditional and also an obsolete gamer, and I enjoy all sorts of games. But this really took me out of the typical gaming experience. Yeah. I felt that I was transported into a real medium of entertainment because there were just sections where you could just sit there and you could watch it. You could really watch it, and it is beautifully done. And the acting is superb. There are really big ticket, big name actors in this. Everything is done with motion capture.
Oh, Hayden.
Yeah, Hayden.
Hello? Someone there? Bella? You hungry? Huh? Cutie.
And it was amazing. And so in a way, I don't know if I can say that this is a game. It is a game, but it's more like a story. I think if you go into it with that mindset, you won't be disappointed if you're not shooting things every 2 seconds. Although, let me tell you, I missed a very important shot and killed one of my
Yeah, I heard
characters.
about that.
It was terrible. I was distraught because I had gotten him so far. I was like, he's gonna make it. He's gonna make it. He's gonna whew, decapitated.
Yeah, I also like what he did to the black character. Trying to get some venison. Yeah. You know, spoiler alert. The black guy died.
First.
Surprise, surprise. No, but the visuals were really cool in that game. Like, you know, it's one of those things where even when you think, like, they did some good twists too, you know, like some Shyamalan twists in there.
Shyamalan.
And it's one of those things where you think that they were going to go one way and then they hit you with something else. And then even a storyline that you think that they were going that was going to be cheesy, and you were going to go, that's cheesy. And they're like, oh, okay, that was actually pretty well done. I'm not going to say that this writing was something that you're going to go home and be like, oh my God, this was like the greatest writing. No, but it was really well done for a game that you thought that was just going to be like, you know, either just run of the mill or even that you thought was going to be bad, especially if you see like the younger teenage, like I said, CW type characters, and you're thinking that it's going to be like that.
You go, oh, no.
Yeah,
Turn it off. Never mind.
And then seeing Hayden, you know, you get teased with her getting into a bath, and then you have her put on the tower, and then she's running around in a towel, and
Hello? Guys? What are you doing out there? Being creepy. Okay.
oh, okay. I'm going too far there. I mean, but I'm just saying, look, is that not worth it? I mean, come on, you know that must be in a trailer too. They probably have a trailer with just that, and you're pressing X, and you're like, man, I wonder if there's like some secret codes or something. But I digress. You know, it was a good game. You got to get your hands on it. I mean, overall, so what would you say about the game?
You know, I think overall it's worth the money, and it's worth really trying to get behind projects like this, because this is what's moving gaming from something that people poo-poo on, really. You're an adult, you play video games? Even though statistics show most people play games, although most are considered casual gamers, it still counts if you're playing Candy Crush. But this is really moving games to a different kind of place. The place where, you know, games like Heavy Rain were trying to go, moving games from just a place of, you know, get the achievement, you know, get the kill, get the money, get the upgrades, level up, into more of a storytelling and more of an emotion creating thing. It really is a piece of art, and that's why we have to encourage these kinds of games. I mean, I still like to get on my first-person shooters, or I like to run around Skyrim and, you know, kill all the dragons because I am the Dragonborn. But but no, seriously though, this game has a wonderful different vibe about it that's worthwhile if you like scary thrills, and they're going to shock you because this game is created by horror movie buffs and horror movie experts. So they're definitely going to get at least cheap scares out of you. So prepare to change your panties or underwear if you need to, because it's going to be a fun ride and it's worthwhile and it has plenty of replayability. And it's always fun to watch what choices your friends make. And you're like, that demented son of a bitch.
And the black guy's always going to die.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's just, I think it's achievement.
It's okay. Sluts die next.
Yeah, sluts and black people. It's just one of those things. And you actually end up caring about some of the characters, or at least you're angry that some of the people don't die. So that's some manner of reverse caring, I guess, hate, love, or something. So I would say, go check this game out, or if nothing else, get one of your friends to get it, and then go to their house and play it. It's
a day. It's really fun. It really is. You might even get overwhelmed by it. So it's gonna be a great time.
So that's our quickie review. It wasn't that quick, but it still counts. We'll work on the quickiness. Sometimes you go in with a quickie and then you stretch it out. You guys know what I mean. At least some of you guys do, right? All right. I'm Jay Laraque.
Liz Poisonkiss.
We'll be back soon, and stay tuned for that God Mode Liz Poisonkiss, because that's gonna be awesome. All right. Peace out.